Hello, welcome back to scene 3, part 3. Sorry this one ended up being so long, but it's a big scene and lots of important things happen. So we are ready for kind of the wrap-up part of the scene. The prince comes in. So unfortunately, the prince doesn't have great timing, and he always comes in like at the end. So not early enough to stop the fight, just early enough to like punish the people who were guilty. So the prince says, "Where are the vile?" I'm on page 8. "Where are the vile beginners of this fray?" Sorry, who started it? Benvolio is given this job of like reporting the action a lot of the time after the fact. That's because people trust him and because he tells the truth. So Benvolio, I think, personally has one of the purest characters of all of the characters. Like, he just seems like a genuinely good person. So Benvolio is asked by the prince, like, who started this? Okay, Benvolio says, "There lies the man who is Tybalt, slain by young Romeo that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio." So, in those lines, he says that Tybalt was killed by Romeo. Tybalt killed Mercutio. Lady Capulet says, "Tybalt, my cousin," technically her nephew, but they would have used cousin for any type of relative. "Oh, my brother's child. O prince, O cousin, husband, O the blood is spilled of my dear kinsman. Princes, thou art true, for blood of ours, shed blood of Montague. O cousin, cousin." So Lady Capulet is calling for revenge. She said if a Montague killed a Capulet, then a Montague must also die. Princess Benvolio, who began this bloody fray. So who started it? Okay, Benvolio is just recounting what happened. He does a little bit of ad-libbing, adding details, but mostly he's telling just exactly what happened. So Tybalt started it. Okay, Romeo says, "I didn't want to fight him." Okay. And then Tybalt was deaf to peace, so Tybalt wouldn't take no for an answer. And then he and Mercutio were fighting. Tybalt and Mercutio were fighting. And then Romeo's trying to break it up. And he went between them. Twixt them rushes. So he ran between them, and then under Romeo's arm, a sword thrust from Tybalt hit Mercutio, and Mercutio died, and then Tybalt ran away. Now I'm on page 9. And then Tybalt came back to Romeo, who had just decided he was going to take revenge. And then they started fighting, and Benvolio says, "Before I could even draw my sword to stop them, Tybalt was stabbed and fell, and Romeo turned and ran away." So pretty much the truth. Like, that's pretty much exactly what happened. Okay. Lady Capulet says, "I beg you, Prince, for justice. Like, you have to kill Romeo for killing Tybalt." Prince says, "Romeo slew him, he slew Mercutio, who now the price of his dear blood doth owe." So Romeo did what the law required. Mercutio was killed by Tybalt, so Tybalt should be killed, and Romeo killed him. So he's done what the law required. And that's exactly what Montague says. And this is like Romeo's dad says, he just did what the law required. And then the prince says, "And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence." Sorry. "Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he's found, that hour is his last. Bear this body and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill." So Romeo has not been executed for his crime, which the prince said he would do. Instead, he has exiled him. So exiling him means he has to leave Verona And if he is seen in Verona, he will be killed. So he has to leave Verona immediately. And Juliet is in Verona. So you can imagine how upset Romeo's going to be about this news. So that wraps up scene 1, and I will see you again for scene 2, and I've posted some questions. Bye, guys.